Hi, welcome back to the channel. This is just a quick video that I wanted to make regarding the state of stock missiles in War Thunder. So, if you read the Red Skies patch notes, you probably saw that a lot of Tier 6, Tier 7 planes now have access to missiles without any upgrades whatsoever. And I just wanted to go through all of them and point out the ones that are particularly of interest. So, let's start from left to right across all of the tech trees. Starting with the US tree, we have the F-100 now gets 2 AIM-9Bs while stock. So as you can see, I don't have any of the missiles upgraded, or researched rather, and I can carry 2 AIM-9Bs. So not too special there, but just to note that the AIM-9Es are basically just AIM-9Bs with uncaged seeker heads. So you basically just get half of your upgraded armament right out the box, which is quite nice. Going down the same line with the F4C, you do get 2 AIM-9Bs stock, so same as the F100. Now moving farther down to the F4E, the F4E I do believe gets 2 AIM-9Bs as well while stock. Indeed, 2 AIM-9Bs. And this is also the case for the F4EJ in the Japanese tree, which we'll get to it once we get there. So if we're talking about the F4C, or F104C, the thing with planes that only carry 2 Sidewinders, AIM-9Bs, is that they seem to not have received any stock missiles, and you will still have to research the missile module to get your pair of AIM-9Bs. F.A.W, this is our new addition, this patch, and you get 2 M9B stock. So pretty standard there. What's interesting is this Cougar, which is 8.3, actually also gets stock missiles, and it can carry 2 out of 4 M9Bs straight out of the box. So if you wanted some incentive to research or fly out this plane, there you go. 2 M9Bs out of the box, 8.3. Doesn't get much better than that. All right, F3H Demon. I think it's the same. Indeed, it is the same. You just get 2 M9Bs out of the box, and you can carry up to 4 M9Bs once you research the module. Crusader. I'm guessing this one also gets 2 M9Bs. Yeah, 2 M9Bs that you can carry while stock. So that seems to be pretty standard. On the Harrier, I do believe that you have to research the M9Gs. You do not get any stock missiles. There you go. And on the A7D, what do we got with the A7D? AIM-9Bs, again. This seems like the entire American tech tree is just AIM-9Bs. FJ4B. Aha! So this one does get AIM-9B stock, but you will note that the A4B does not. Does not get the option to carry AIM-9Bs while stock. You need to research the modification, and this is sort of a pattern that I've been noticing is any plane that can only carry 2 AIM-9Bs while upgraded didn't get the option to get stock missiles, because obviously that would just mean that you would remove that modification entirely. So yeah, there you have it. That's America. For Germany, there's not that many planes in Germany that actually get a ton of missiles, so we didn't get too many stock missiles for Germany this patch. I will note with the F-86K, you still need this modification in order to carry the AIM-9Bs, because otherwise you just have no reason to research this modification, so I suppose Gaijin just kept that in there. F104G, however, because it can carry 4 AIM-9Bs, you don't actually need to research this modification anymore if you just want to carry 2, which is cool. And for the top dogs, the F4F is new this patch. It can carry 2 M9Bs, like the American Phantoms. This is the FGW2 variant, so it's like the Germany's like upgraded M9B, but I'm not sure that it's actually any different in game. So that's that. And for a MiG-21, you can carry 2 R3Ss while stock. So, I mean, these missiles are kind of garbage at top tier, as are M9Bs, but it's definitely better than nothing. Okay, so moving on to USSR, and this is where things start to get interesting. When you have this many planes in tier 6, you'd expect most of them to have missiles, but actually almost none of them do. The MiG-17 can't carry missiles. The MiG-19 and the MiG-21 F-13, they can only carry 2 missiles when they're upgraded. So these do not get stock missiles because the missiles are sort of the upgrade at the bottom of their ordnance lines. So yeah, unfortunately, no stock missiles there. Yak-38M, also no stock missiles. So you're out of luck with these. What's interesting though is in tier 7. So I only own one tier 7 Russian plane at the moment. It's the Su-17, but this thing gets R60s while stock. That's pretty damn good, because you're essentially at full combat capacity while stock now. Yeah, you don't have 4 R60s, but with 2 R60s you can do a ton of damage, especially with the air spawn that the Su-17 gets. That's certainly interesting. MiG-21 SMT, I'm guessing that this one is only going to get R3Ss. Yep, stock R3Ss. MiG-21 BIS. Also stock R3Ss. And here's the MiG-23, our new top dog for Russia. And yes, only gets stock R3Ss. So it seems with all of these top tier planes that you sort of get the stock missile being the crappiest missile that it can carry. But in the case of the Su-17, because the only missile that it can carry is the R60, you just get 2 R60s out of the box, which is great. And it doesn't stop there. Let me show you the Hunter F6 in Britain. So if you remember, this thing used to be like the bane of top tier because of its SRAAMs, right? Well, it can only carry SRAAMs, so it gets 2 SRAAMs out of the box. I'm like seriously incentivized to research this thing now because dang, right? Like that's pretty nice. For the rest of the British jets, there's a few interesting stock options you get. For the Javelin, you can now just carry 2 Firestreaks out of the box. But what's interesting is if you want to carry 4 Firestreaks, you can't actually. Yeah, here's the interesting thing with the Javelin that I think was a recent change to this update. If you carry 4 Firestreaks, you can't carry 4 cannons, which is, I don't know how I feel about that. The Firestreaks are kind of awful, so I think I would still recommend only carrying 2 Firestreaks then, because having 4 cannons in this plane is very nice. The Lightning now cannot research Firestreaks, so your Firestreak loadout is free, which is pretty nice. And if we go to our Scimitar, the Scimitar carries 4 AIM-9Bs, so as you can see, you can get 2 of them for free now, which is fantastic. The Scimitar is one of those planes that really relies on its missiles, so it's really nice to have your missiles out of the box with this plane. As for your Phantom FG1, I might be making another video on this soon, just because it now gets AIM-9Gs, which were very interesting, especially because of how big their lock radius is, but I need to research them first, of course. But yeah, as you can see, you actually get 2 AIM-9Ds for free for this Phantom, because it can't carry AIM-9Bs. So there you go. You have another instance of a plane that gets better stock missiles because it just simply can't carry the worst ones. Harrier doesn't get any stock missiles, I don't believe, and neither does the Jaguar, because the missile modification is still there, and you don't have any options of carrying any other missiles. Cool. So moving on to Japan. Japan doesn't have that many jets to begin with, and the F-40 Sabre is still in rank 5, which is interesting because it can carry missiles, and I think it's one of the only planes in rank 5 that can carry missiles. But of course, because it can only carry 2 M9Bs, you do have to research the modification before you can put it on your plane. F-104J, on the other hand, I do believe can carry 2 M9Bs out of the box. Indeed it can. Which, I mean, okay, for an F-104, that's not terribly useful, especially at 10.7, but it is what it is. T2 now can only research AIM-9Es. You get the AIM-9Bs for free, which is pretty cool, actually. And the F1, I think, also gets AIM-9Bs for free. Yes. And as with the F4E, the F4EJ also gets, I believe, AIM-9Bs out of the box, There you go. Cool. China. I do not have very many Chinese jets. In fact, I do not have any Chinese jets. I don't even have Chinese Tier 4. So this is kind of out of my area of expertise, but I do think, yeah, you can carry 2 M9Bs for free on the F104, or F100, sorry, and F104A. I'm guessing because you have to research the 2 M9Bs that it can carry, you don't get them for free. Which is interesting, because the F104 is kind of really hard to play without missiles, but yeah, whatever. J6A, same as the MiG-19, you can only carry 2 missiles, so you're not going to be able to get those missiles for free. J7, I think, is the same thing. Yeah, it gets 2 PL2s, and you have to research them. J7E, here's our new top dog for China this patch. Gets PL2s and PL5Bs. I'm guessing it's going to get 2 PL2s for free. Indeed, gets 2 PL2s for free. And F104G, this one gets M9Js, I think, so also M9Bs. So I'm guessing it's just going to get, yep, 2 M9Bs out of the box, which, as I said with the F104J, you know, 2 M9Bs at 10.7 is probably not very good, but, I mean, better than nothing. And our F5A, this is going to be interesting, because I think it can only carry M9Ps. Oh, but it gets M9Bs out of the box. Okay. That's pretty reasonable. Down to Italy. So Italy doesn't have very many planes that have missiles either. You have just these 3 planes here. F-86K and G91YS both have only 2 M9Bs that they can carry, so you do have to research the modification in order to carry the missiles. F-86K I've already shown from Germany. And the F-104S, I do believe, gets M9Bs for free now, but you still have to research the modification to get the M7s. So, yeah. All right, on to France. Yeah, France also has an F-86K, same deal. I don't know if this thing can carry missiles. Oh, it can carry AA Nords. So, yeah, obviously you need to research the Nords. Super Mystere, I think, can only carry 2 missiles, so you still have to research the modification in order to get the missiles, but at battle rating 9.0, that's okay, because its guns are great. Etendard is still, yeah, it's in the same boat. It can only carry 2 M9Bs, so you're going to have to research them. F100 should be the same as the Chinese F100 and the American F100, where you get 2 M9Bs out of the box, which is quite nice for 9.7. Jaguar A. This thing can only carry magics, so yeah, you don't get any missiles out of the box, which for a 10.0 is kind of bad, but I mean, Jaguar at 10.0 is already suffering, so, you know, you get what you get. As for the Mirage, they just straight up removed the option to research the M9B, so you just get the M9Bs for free out of the box. Cool. And I do believe it is the same for the Mirage 3E. Yes, you get the M9Bs out of the box. And that just leaves Sweden. So Sweden has the J29F. This thing, yeah, you need to research the missiles, and you only get 2 of them, so you're not going to get any out of the box. And their J32B, because it gets 4 RB24s when you research this, you get 2 out of the box now, which is fantastic, because I was having a hard time trying to get down to here just to get the missiles, but now that I have 2 of them, this thing is a lot better. In fact, I'm going to be releasing a video on the J32B soon, so keep your eye out for that. As for the J35D, I'm guessing because it gets RB24s before it gets RB24Js, it's just going to get 2 RB24s out of the box, and that's what you get. A9Bs at top tier. Not the greatest, but, you know, if somebody's brain dead, you'll still get them. And there you have it. That is all of the planes that get stock missiles as of update Red Skies. And I think this was technically my first live commentary, so hope you like it.